going live here in Madison, Wisconsin. It is election night 2018. We're gonna walk around, talk to people here on State Street, ask their thoughts on tonight's midterm election. Already you can see some various news crews. We got Channel 3000 CBS behind here. All right. There seems to be a line. There's a line for pizza, but not a line for the political event. I'm assuming it must be some sort of free pizza for people who voted thing. I don't know. Why is there such a line for Ian's? Why is there such a line for Ian?
They're giving out free pizza.
Oh no, I'm asking people about the election. Does anybody have any thoughts on the election?
Probably too drunk to get on camera.
No, those are the best State Street interviews. Those are my best interviews, this drunken State Street interviews. Any thoughts on the election? Okay, so free pizza at Ian's if you voted. Free pizza if you voted at Ian's is that's the thing right now. All right. Well, might as well make way down to the political event. Rather brisk out here, you could say. Lots of people with lanyards. Lots of people with lanyards at this hour. So it was actually 4 years ago, Mary Burke had her event right there at the Overture Center. Now this year, Tony Evers will probably be having a very similar event over here at the Orpheum. Here we are. This is the Orpheum, Madison, Wisconsin, where Democratic candidate Tony Evers is having his election night party. Doesn't seem to be anybody here. Nope, that is literally nobody is here so far. Yep. Nobody here. It's cold out. Any thoughts on the election, sir? Voting for Tony Evers? And do you think he'll win?
I think so.
Do you think the Democrats will take back the House or Senate?
The House, I'm not sure about the Senate, but I think they will the House.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. Any thoughts on the election?
Nervous.
Nervous? Hopeful?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Nervous, hopeful. Ooh, here's some of the, maybe the Democratic insiders. Any thoughts on the election? Any thoughts on the election? Any thoughts on the election?
Kick out Walker.
Kick out Walker, she says. Any thoughts on the election? Any thoughts on the election?
Tony's gonna win. It's gonna be good.
Okay. Any thoughts on the election tonight?
Hopeful, we're hopeful.
Hopeful for what?
Hopeful.
We're hopeful.
Blue wave.
Blue wave. Sir, share your thoughts, please. I saw that shrug. He shrugged. I know you're thinking. He shrugged his head at the blue wave. Sir, do you have any thoughts on the election?
What's that?
Any thoughts on the election?
I hope Walker gets kicked out.
Okay. Any thoughts on the election? Any thoughts on the election?
That everyone should vote blue
Blue
or don't,
or don't?
but don't vote red.
Don't vote red.
Yeah.
What do you think about people voting third party?
Not this time around. I think it's a gamble that people shouldn't be taking.
But do you think the Democrats should take a stronger stance on things like the war?
Absolutely. I'm like a diehard progressive here. But
I believe you used to have a bumper sticker that said
Bernie. I'm still a Bernie-crat, okay? I just think that after Hillary and in the age of Trump, a lot of things have shifted from this like Republican centrist view to like this far right in the mainstream, and that's scary to me.
Yeah.
And I feel like the only way to prevent that is to vote like a firm on like the blue line.
Okay.
Because I feel like a Jill Stein situation right now is like too far-fetched.
I mean, do you think it's that mindset that causes the majority of people not to vote third party?
Yeah, but you have to take into account popular opinion at times like these, even if it's like brainwashed.
And what do you think about the marijuana referendum?
I think marijuana should be legalized
Okay.
recreationally and medicinally in every state
All right.
in America.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Any thoughts on the election tonight? Any thoughts on the election tonight?
I don't really know much, so I voted out.
But you voted. Any thoughts on the election tonight, anybody? Spider-Man? Spider-Man, you can be anonymous. I'm pretty sure you can be anonymous and say anything. What do you think about the election?
Well, I'm pretty disappointed I'm not able to vote yet. If only I was born about 2 months earlier, I would have been. I think it's kind of detrimental to progress. Like, our whole motto is
Yeah.
Yet we've just been kind of staying stagnant.
Would you-
Maybe even moving backwards a little bit. You hear that from me?
Would you like to see more than 2 political parties taken seriously in this country?
God, yes. Oh, no, I'm sorry to swear.
No, it's
God,
okay.
thank
I don't believe in censorship, so.
Jesus, I think, and I know this sounds vague, bullshit, teenage, arrogance, but I think the whole system is, it's not set up correctly, it's not set up fairly.
There seems to be a monopoly on a lot of things.
Oh yeah, are you kidding me? Anyways,
All right, well, thank you very much for your time.
I hope you have a good day.
Any thoughts on the election?
Sorry, we're doing.
Any thoughts on the election, sir? Okay, so that was Spider-Man sharing her thoughts on the election. Any thoughts on the election? Any thoughts on the election? Any thoughts on the election? Anybody? Any thoughts on the election? Any thoughts on the election, sir? Do you have any thoughts on the election? Any thoughts on the election? Care to talk on camera? All right. Oh, here's an old. Nope. Chris. Oh, I gotta film you guys. I gotta interview you guys about this election.
What's me?
What? Our election's kind of a joke.
It's always a joke.
I mean, think about it right now. This guy right here, this guy behind me, Tony Evers running for governor. You think he's gonna win?
Nah, I don't think he's gonna win.
Have you seen him down on State Street?
I ain't seen it.
Never seen him, you
I
know.
ain't never seen him, and that's what make me think he ain't gonna win. I mean, if you running for whatever you running for, at least come out. Let
Yep.
people know who you are.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I haven't seen him down
Scott
on.
Walker didn't even do that shit.
Yeah.
So, you know,
You think we got to get other parties than just the Democrats and Republicans?
yeah,
All right.
we gotta do something, man. I mean, I hope it go for the best, but you never know.
Yep.
Who you rolling for?
Phil Anderson for governor. Libertarian. I'll see you later, man.
Hey, take it easy now. Good seeing you, man.
Good to see ya. Now let's just go over to this group of people. Anybody have any thoughts on the election tonight? Anybody have an opinion on the election? Anybody have an opinion on the election? You guys have any thoughts on the election tonight? You can say anything. There's no censorship.
It was a good election.
It was a good election. All right. Any thoughts on the election, miss? Any thoughts on the election? Nope. Got the all access pass. Any thoughts on the election? No. More people with press passes and whatnot. Any thoughts on the election?
Thoughts on the election?
Thoughts on the election?
I'm nervous. I'm going to a watch party tonight to see the results roll in.
And who do you want to win?
Blue Wave,
And what is a blue wave?
Democratic Party.
Right. And so, any thoughts on the war in Iraq and Afghanistan continuing on, even if the Democrats take back House and Senate?
I mean, that's a really heavy question.
So, I mean, like, what policies will the Democrats change if they take back the House and Senate?
That have to do with the war in Iraq.
Or any
specifically.
policies that they'll change?
Sure. Can I ask what you're taping this for?
I'm doing a live broadcast of this event here. The governor candidate is here. Did you know that?
The watch party for Tony Evers tonight, yeah.
Yeah, the candidate Tony Evers is here.
Yeah.
So asking all the general questions about the election. But I mean, are there any policies that you're hoping the Democrats change?
I'm hoping that they allow students to refinance their student loans at lower interest rates. I think that it's important to, I think that in this state that would be the first opportunity for students to go ahead and not be prevented from potentially buying a house, from doing things later down, down the road in their lives when they're taking all this time to pay back their student loans
All right.
early in their careers.
So debt would be your big issue?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for your time. Sir, do you got any thoughts on the election?
Yeah.
Please, tell me.
I just hope we can send a message. No
What-
fascism. No fascist takeover by the right-wing Republicans. And hopefully, I'm from Illinois, but hopefully we get rid of
Scott Walker?
that guy up there.
What? But I mean, you're a little bit older than me. Let me ask. I mean, have the Democrats shifted over the years? I mean, when you see where the Democrats stand on policies now versus where they were, 10, 20 years ago?
Well, 10 or 20 years ago, it was kind of the same crew. I mean, unfortunately, Barack Obama brought in the B team with Rahm Emanuel. And,
who will soon no longer be mayor of that place.
Yeah, thank God.
Would you?
Okay, three things that happened to him. He's worried about, actually, he's got the former police chiefs running against him, people running against him. If they really uncover everything, they could get him on obstruction of justice and a cover-up.
Oh, we're talking about Rahm Emanuel.
Yes. McDonald died. So
Yeah.
I think that's the reason he didn't run.
But if the Democrats take back the House and Senate tonight, do you see much policies being changed?
Well, I think they'll go after Trump for the Russian thing, but unfortunately their focus is Russian collusion rather than money, corruption, Wall Street, and and a big reason I think they don't go after them as much on that issue is because they're complicit in all kinds of, the Podesta group, which was Tony and John Podesta, the ones that John Podesta's email attacked, but his brother is the biggest lobbying group in Washington, and also is lobbying Ukraine and other guys. So I think
Polaris?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hold on one second, Polaris. Oh, no. Thank you very much for your time. Polaris, I'm live streaming.
Awesome.
This is the most important election of your lifetime
is.
ever.
I say vote nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
know
What are your
exactly
thoughts on? What are your
where
thoughts on tonight's election?
I actually am hoping, honestly, hang out with a friend who's here, lives here in Wisconsin, and you guys have a marijuana ballot, at least here for Dane County.
16 counties.
Oh, 16 counties.
Yep.
16 counties. Patrick, do you want to get in on this? No? Okay. At any rate, so I've been living in Kansas City, Missouri, as you know, and we also have Amendment 2 down in Missouri, and I am honestly hoping that really comes through tonight. Specifically for so many people who need healing medicine, our veterans, and dirty, rotten healthcare system that needs to be revamped. And I think, obviously, marijuana is a wonderful medicine that has done quite an amazing benefit for so many people. So hoping for the state of Missouri to vote Amendment 2, not Amendment 3. Amendment 3 down there is the drug czar. His name is Brad Bradshaw, and he's a lawyer that wants a lot of power. So we don't need anybody like a drug czar. I think that should be left to the people. People should be able to grow their own or start their own dispensary to be enabled to provide medicine to so many people in the state of Missouri. But I know that I'm in Wisconsin, and it looks like I'm crying, but it's just cold and windy.
It is very cold and brisk out here. One quick question, and this might be a difficult question, but
sure.
If the Democrats take back the House and or Senate, do you think it's going to make much difference towards our foreign policy of bombing and invading?
I actually, in fact, if anything, I feel it will be way worse. That's my opinion. I believe that I'm not down with bombing and war and strife, and I believe honestly that Trump has done a very upstanding, amazing job when it comes to foreign policy. Less bombing. Less bombing. I mean, doesn't that make sense? Less bombing?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's, I guess, where I stand.
All right. Well, good to see you.
Yeah, man. Good to see you, too. It looks like I'm crying.
Oh,
here.
no. It's good to see you. Just gotta be careful holding the cameras and the cameras.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's good to see you. Thank you for the interview as well, sir. Good to see you, buddy.
Where's this going, by the way?
I do several YouTube pages. My name is Miles Kristen.
I'll look for it.
If you look, if you look up the name Kristen, just like the girl's name, but T-A-N, Miles Kristen. I do several YouTube pages.
Okay.
Yep. Take care. You've got lots of buttons. Do you have an opinion on the election?
Not really.
No opinion on the election?
No.
Okay. Any thoughts on the election, anybody? Any thoughts on the election, anybody? You can say that, no censorship. Any thoughts on the election? Woo! Woohoo. Woohoo. That's okay. So, try to set these cameras up. Try to see if I can. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that actually works really well. All right. Live here in Madison, Wisconsin, outside the Tony Evers event. Literally is fucking empty right now. This is the thoughts on the election? Such a joke. There's nobody here. There's a news crew up by the Capitol. There's another news crew around the corner. And there's like nobody here. I'm gonna go see Benjamin's around the corner. You guys have any thoughts on the election? Well, yeah, come talk. I'm live streaming right now. I think we stand right about here, probably in frame.
All right.
So yes, there is a ballot to legalize marijuana today.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think it's framed the way it is that it's about to legalize and tax? What if you wanted to legalize it without taxing it?
I don't really give a shit. It's one step to make it better.
Yeah. One step closer.
So
They won't arrest you for it. That's all that matters.
do you think the Democrats are going to take back the House and Senate tonight? Do you think Scott Walker's going to lose?
No, I don't think he's gonna win.
You think Scott Walker's going to win as well?
He'll probably win. Yeah.
It's not that you necessarily agree with him or not.
What do you think?
I think he probably will get
Yeah, I
reelected.
think so.
Like he's
I
just
mean, look at this. This is the event for Tony Evers, right? And there's nobody here. There's more people at Ian's Pizza right now getting Ian's Pizza.
That's right. That's what I said.
Because
There
if you
you
show
go,
your
so we're
sticker,
about to go get.
if you go show your sticker, you get a free slice of
I don't know
pizza.
if I want to wait in line, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Too late. Too
But
cold out
so
here.
free pizza is more popular than Tony Evers right now.
Sorry, Tony.
And one more question. What do you think there should be more parties than just the Democratic and Republican Party?
Yeah, those are too many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still like an independent. Like
Oh, there's more parties.
There's a lot more parties.
They're
They're
not,
just not
so
popular.
they're not allowed in the debate. So it's like, how are they going to get any power if they're not allowed in the debate?
There's segregated parties.
That's the thing, yeah. They segregate the parties.
Yeah. I thought that was a bunch of events. I have one more question for you. Did you vote to legalize it?
Did I vote to legalize it? Yes, I did. Though, in fact, I did not want to.
I got one.
Bro. I'll give you a football.
All right.
Love you, man.
Yep. Yeah.
It was a good day, though.
You too. Thank you for stopping and talking.
Yeah, good luck.
Yes.
Milwaukee?
Yeah, where are you from?
Oh, well, I'm from Racine originally, but no, I've seen you on the news before.
Oh, okay.
Coming back. What's this live stream called?
Well, my YouTube's Miles Kristen.
Miles Kristen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find myself.
Yeah, and I also have another YouTube channel called The Whiskey Report.
Whiskey Report, Miles
Yeah.
Kristen.
Miles
All right,
Kristen.
man.
Me too.
Coming in tonight?
Oh, I don't think I'm allowed in there.
Oh.
I was about 2 years ago. I was up at the Capitol, and I asked Mandela Barnes about his voting record, where he voted for the Milwaukee Bucks arena. About half hour later, I'm walking down the street. I'm over by Ian's Pizza,
Okay.
and Mandela chased me down and pushed me against a building. And if I had just turned my camera on 30,
Stop.
I swear to God, I got the CCTV footage from the Madison Police Department. State Journal wrote a story about it at one point. But if I had turned my camera on 30 seconds earlier, I don't think he would have been the candidate because he.
What was he? Why was he?
Because I questioned him about how he voted for Walker's Bucks arena,
Okay.
and he felt embarrassed, and then he
Because
chased.
didn't vote for it?
He voted for it, and then he chased me down after it happened.
I mean, that's not something you really at all allow.
Yeah. Plus, he was around a bunch of other Democrats, and
Right.
so is it other than journalists? Is it pretty empty inside there?
Oh, they're not letting them into the
Yeah, but if this was like the 2012 recall thing, there would be crowds of people out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's freezing. Well, I hope you don't have to stand here.
Yep. Yeah. You can survive it. election night coverage. Countdown to a concession. Bill Gates. His name is actually Bill Gates, by the way. Bill Gates, Tony Eber's going to defeat Scott Walker. You hope so, but you have your doubts. Too close to tell. Oh, I'm live streaming. I finally got a smartphone this year, so I can actually do live coverage. Any thoughts on the election?
Huh?
Any thoughts on the election? I'm live streaming and
I haven't seen anything yet.
you know, MSNBC will call it with 10% in or something. Like, did you ever? Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a lot of students of all sides, so it's hard to tell. Students of all sides.
You guys like to go protest with their vote. Take care.
Jam-packed election coverage. Any thoughts on the election, anybody? So I believe the man said he hopes he wins, and then the woman said I hope he doesn't. Sorry for the technical difficulties. There you go. All right. Much better. All right. There. Outside or live coverage. Election night 2018. Gigantic theater, not open to the public yet, and nor are the people filming inside. Hey, buddy. What do you think of the election, sir?
So far, so good.
So far, so good. See you, man. Go up to the Capitol and broadcast from there. Maybe people are a little more political. Let's see, is pizza more popular than politicians? Part 2. This guy's got a suit on. Maybe he's got thoughts. You guys got any thoughts on the election tonight?
No, thank you.
Okay, you can tell you kind of tell who he voted for. Okay, still have a line for pizza. There's a line for pizza.
Yeah, I just seen. Go right down there.
Dawned on me that the Capitol is at the top of the hill, so therefore it will be the coldest spot I could possibly be in town, but all right. Pizza is definitely more popular than politicians. Any thoughts on the election? And Barnes did not engage the poor. They didn't address the homeless. They didn't truly address criminal justice reform, incarcerations in this state. There was a lot of promises made by candidates in the primary, that crazy 20 candidate primary, and when they finally had their nominee, a lot of those promises were completely dropped by the wayside. This over with 25% of the ballot in. That's what they did last time. Any thoughts on the election, man? He's got the I just got out of jail clear bag with the paperwork in it. Not joking either. Let's go find out what's more popular, pizza or politicians. Green, it's green. ask the cop? Should I ask the cop? Let's see what the cop says. Depending on the cop. Cop's just kind of rolling up the window. What's more popular, pizza or politicians? Pizza or politicians? What's more popular? All right. Anybody? Pizza or politicians? What's more popular? Good point. Good point. All right. Thank you. All right. Then we got a mix there. One for politicians, one for pizza, I'd say. Any thoughts on the election tonight?
What?
Any thoughts on the election tonight?
Voted.
No. Thoughts on the election? Oh, they voted. All right. Any thoughts on the election tonight? No? All right. It's very cold. It's kind of cold. Thoughts on the election tonight? Suits. Oh wow, what's that? Any thoughts on the election tonight? Jesus. How's it going? Pretty good.
What are you doing today?
Live streaming and I'll turn this one off.
For yourself?
Yeah, I do a lot of YouTube channels. Which media you with?
Green Bay Channel 5.
Oh, okay. I love how those Democrats looked exactly like the Republicans of the 90s.
So, all right. So, and Rob, give me a second.
I'll give you the heads up, bud.
And we're gonna walk inside, and we'll end it showing everybody around. Okay, I'm only at 35%, so.
You're fine. I'll let you.
Yes, Sam.
If it comes out, it comes out.
All right, and then will you like? Justin Razavi with WFRV Local 5. I am in the great city of Madison, the capital of Wisconsin. First time I've been here. We're at the North King Theater where Tony Evers will be here later tonight. And he's going to have a watch party. Obviously a pretty big race tonight with the Scott Walker and Tony Evers racing for governor of Wisconsin. The most recent Marquette University Law School poll showed them dead heat at 47%. So it could be a late night for us both. Here at Oregon, it's not open to the public yet. It's going to be open at 8 o'clock tonight. You can come in if you have to be in the Madison area nearby. You can come in, watch the watch party. Sometime later, Mr. Evers runs up.
Kind of dead, isn't it? I mean, like, remember, like
like the recall election, like this would have been, the streets would have been packed, you know. Oh no, I mean,
More people voted today than on 2016. More people voted in this election than a presidential election in 2020.
so but what does it accomplish?
It allows people to choose the candidate that they want in our society.
But what about the 4 other candidates not being allowed into the debates?
Okay, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I think election night is important. Yeah, no, we're doing really well.
I think there's going to be a lot of heartbroken Democrats at the end of tonight. Oh. Any thoughts on this election? Any thoughts on this election? The what? I know. You're what? Get rid of Walker. Okay, yes. Okay. Any thoughts on this election? Yeah, come talk. Absolutely, please.
Let's go.
What do you think about this election going on?
Farce like what?
Well, what tonight's election and the Democrats and the Republicans?
Oh, well, since I'm from out of town, in which I've been here in like Madison, Wisconsin, I seen like very poor advertising for us the election. I think the FCC really should really like look into something like their TV program, which is kind of a side effect due to the simple fact we have a political campaign that is going on, which pretty much I find in all due to the simple fact that it is November. Today is election day for the 2 candidates in the primaries for senators, but it's kind of weird because I'm kind of lost in the dark. I had to see something on a postboard instead of what be on TV. But they've been good. The campaign's been really, really good. Like far as like between the 2 candidates and like Tony Evers and the other guy, like doing commercial. I don't want to talk about the campaign, so that's not my place. But he know what he said about it.
Would you like to see more than just the Democrats and Republicans elected to office?
I mean, if it wasn't for Democrats and Republicans, we won't have Democrats and Republicans. That what makes us senators and far as Republicans and Democrats. It's the difference between the 2. But that's the judicial system, legislative and executive. So election night is something like everybody should sit up there and vote who they want for them, speak for them and everything. So it's pretty much like something that is important where everybody always look towards the candidate for his presidency. But we do need senators like to represent us from both parties, Democrat and Republican. So they speak for us. I mean, like the Constitution say, we the people.
Yep.
That's the preamble. So I hope it be a good one. I hope somebody get in office real soon, because there's enough stuff been said about our president. It's pretty sure somebody should sit up there and tell him something else. But we all know who got it for a spokesman.
Yep.
That's the preamble.
Yep. All right, thank you. Exactly sure, but okay. This guy's got a clipboard. He's got something to say. He's got a clipboard, right? He's got a clipboard, and he's probably getting people to vote or something. Any thoughts on the election tonight?
Go Dems. That's all I got.
All right, go Dems. That's all he's got. Any thoughts on the election tonight? Any thoughts on the election tonight? I'm trying not to. I understand. Guys, any thoughts on the election tonight? Any thoughts on the election tonight? Any thoughts on the election tonight? Is this the most important election of your lifetime? I don't know. They said that 2 years ago. Now they're saying it again. Is this the most important election ever, or will the one in 2 years from now be the most important one ever?
Oh man, I think the next one's going to be a little bit bigger. This is a good local election. Tony would be awesome if he won.
Do you think he should have pushed harder on criminal justice reform?
No, I can't answer that. I'll be here later. I'm shooting photos too.
Do you think the third and fourth party candidates should have been allowed in the debates?
Yeah, I think everybody deserves an equal.
If they're on the ballot, at least.
Yeah. Sure.
Do you think the Democrats are going to take back the House or Senate?
I hope so. I really can't say. We'll see in a couple hours.
What's a policy you'd like to see changed if they do take back?
Well, on the referendum was the cannabis legalization.
Yep.
That'd be a big one. Stop sending people to prison.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah. Have a good one.
You have some literature of sorts. Do you have any? I did vote. Do you have any thoughts on the election? Okay. You just stuck something on Goodman's Jewelers. Just stuck another thing on Goodman's Jewelers. What is it for? Oh, right. Yeah, just meaningless bullshit for next gen. Your paid political protesters right there, just sticking crap onto. So they're gonna get votes. They're just gonna plaster every window with election day information. It's 7 o'clock. The polls end in an hour, but these paid protesters are putting literature up on the windows of Madison businesses, just throwing stickers up on Madison buildings. Any thoughts on the election tonight?
It's important.
Okay. So yeah, that's just put this right here. Let's see. This guy's coming up and he's got a large cane. probably need to fill it up as much as possible.
I have no idea what's going on.
Any thoughts? Any thoughts on the election? Any thoughts on the election, sir?
How you doing, guys?
Shooting some video of this whole thing. You working here today?
Okay.
Ladies, do you have any thoughts on the election?
Yeah. Are you gonna put this on the news?
I'm live streaming to YouTube right now. And I'm asking people about the election.
I know, we gotta say something good.
Yeah.
I traveled from Rapids to be here.
From Cedar Rapids, Wisconsin.
Sorry, no, Wisconsin Rapids.
Wisconsin Rapids, right.
Really excited about the election.
Well, okay, so you've
Very
got,
hopeful.
as the people on YouTube might not be able to see, you've got a Tammy sticker, you've got some buttons, I'm assuming you've got the pink hat.
Yes.
I'm assuming you want the Democrats to win.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Well, one, then, if they take back the House or the Senate or they take back the governor's house, what are the policies you want them to push?
Everybody is on the same page, which is important because there are 4 times 4 because some schools that we're teaching some people in 3rd grade, and then if a kid would move, let's face it, American families on 12th, right? We move around. So if the 1st grade's just another state, they might be learning the same thing.
So if the Democrats take back the House or the Senate, do you see any policies changing on that?
We actually
I just want the Democrats to do something. Our state is institutionalized. We're Republican right now. We are still known for our natural resources. The environment is huge for me. My husband works in that realm. So my husband regulates septic systems and water and all of that in our county.
If they were to take back the House and Senate, even though they're not talking about it, would you like them to get out of Iraq and Afghanistan?
Yes.
Is it unfortunate the Democrats aren't talking about that?
Yes. I think right now, Democrats, it doesn't matter what Democrats say or think or do, it won't matter on a national level. It's certainly not the two-party system right now. It's certainly not people coming together to try to make really good decisions based on what the people of this country want. So yeah, I think we should be worried about our own people and actually how we're seen in the world. I'm actually really disheartened and dismayed that we are kind of becoming a little bit of a laughing stock. In my view, our president has taken us out of things that they've had officials and they're I'm super useful for that. I would only say I have 2 daughters. Rosie Wade being the child. in the state of Wisconsin not being funded or being protested or being seen as evil is just unbelievable to me. Yeah, I don't know. But I know we're not really answering questions about
Just sharing your thoughts on the election.
sharing our thoughts.
One more question. There's actually 6 candidates on the ballot for governor today. Do you think they should have been allowed in the debates? Correct.
First they said 7:30 NBC.
Yes, but we live in a Democratic Republican world. We live in a two-party state. And I don't know statistics or research on, actually, have we had a president that was not Democrat or Republican, or are there Democrats that have not been Democrat or Republican?
With the Democrat Republican presidents, maybe go back 100 years before that, we had Whigs and the Democratic Republican Party.
I want to watch
other parties.